In this episode of Crushed Custard, the final part of the look at the 12-inch singles collection, Deep Purple and related.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Crushed Custard, and today is the third instalment of the 12-inch singles collection. It's the Deep Purple and related section now, so not too many, and I have split these into band order, but I haven't put them into chronological order because I just took them out of the, I took them out of the back of the wardrobe today, and they'll get sleeved up and found a new home in the cabinet somewhere over the next few days. So let's start off with the purple ones, and we'll just take them at the order that they come in. First up, Perfect Strangers, the Son of Alaric on the back, which is a lengthy B-side, which some people say is just a jam, some people say is a proper structured song. Make your own mind up about it, but it was worth having just for that. The remastered version of the album has tagged it on the end on the CD, worth getting just for that. It also came with a famous peak frame family tree, which everybody used to know about, and it looks as though I must have, I did, it was 1984, the earlier recording studio room which I talked about, which I used to use, a long one by then. So the peak frame rock family tree is in there. Now, I'll tell you this now, I'll show you this. Back in the day when I got involved in wanting to know about Deep Purple, this, well, it's not this one, but one of the books, I actually got a copy of the book, Peak Frame's Rock Family Trees. That was your Bible. That's where you found out where everybody had gone, what they'd done, what band they'd been in before, what band they were going to go on to after they'd left certain bands. And you can see, if you've never seen one, you can try and get hold of a copy. You can see it, look, you can see all the sort of little arrows of where they go. And I think this is an edited down version. The version in the book's got a lot more info about all sorts of stuff. And that was what we had to use in those days, rather than the internet, to find out what bands our musicians had come from. And that's what made record collecting so sort of exciting. And I spent many an hour poring over the Peak Frame's Rock Family Trees book and finding out all sorts of things about how bands were connected and who got on to here, there and everywhere. So yeah, that was Peak Frame's Deep Purple Rock Family Tree, which I'm pretty sure was called Roots and Branches. We did say that. I probably did say that if you saw it on the front there. We'll try and talk about this a bit less if I can, otherwise we'll be here all night. As I said, we're not going in any sort of order. So next up we've got the Roger Glover 1995 remix and the original version of Black Knight. So it's got Black Knight on the front, 3 minutes and 38, and it's got Black Knight on the back, 3 minutes and 26, but it also chucks in a 4 minute and 22 second version of Speed King, which is called the Roger Glover Matching Mix. I've played this for such a long time, I can't really be sure exactly what that's all about. It's a limited edition line. You can see on the back there is number 2906 in glorious purple vinyl. I don't think this is particularly hard to get hold of. There you go, the purple vinyl there. I think you can pick this up probably for not that much. It's collecting in what you might want it, but otherwise it's unless that version of Speed King is something that's difficult to get hold of, which I doubt, probably not essential by any means. But again, with most of these sort of 12 inches, most of them aren't. Next up, King of Dreams from the much maligned Jolene Turner era. I for one liked it. I thought it was alright. I didn't buy into all this deep rainbow stuff and all that. I mean, a lot of Don Airy in there now, aren't we? So nobody seems to mind Don Airy being in Deep Purple when he was in Rainbow. So anyway, King of Dreams on the front, on the A side, an edited version, and then on the back you got Fire in the Basement and the album version of King of Dreams as well. Backwards in time again there, going back to the Nobody's Perfect live album, which would you say is the worst ever live Deep Purple album? I thought it was awful. I tried to play it again a year or two ago, and I couldn't even get past side one. It was awful. The thing that is good about this, and about the album as well, is the packaging. The packaging is quite nice, because there's all these nice photos inside there, as you can see. Now, I can't remember whether it's this one or the album, but there's a picture of Richard Blackmore sitting on the wall of the sofa on a Weston-super-Mare, where he was born. And at the time when this came out, looking on this, it must be the album. My dad was living in Weston-super-Mare, and we could go and find that actual bit of wall. And obviously it was in the days before mobile phones and selfies and all that sort of stuff. Or there would have been a photograph of me sitting in exactly the same spot that Richard Blackmore was sat in on the wall. Weston-super-Mare, near Weston-super-Mare. Knocking at your back door. Limited edition as well. This was 7,845, does that say? Something like that. Anyway, there you go. That was Knocking at Your Back Door from 1984. Back to the Geraldine Turner days again now, and Love Conquers All. This is probably the track that most people moan about, isn't it? Because they say that Geraldine Turner turned into some sort of syrupy sort of song when it was supposed to be something totally different. Oh, I don't know whether it did or not. It sounds okay to me. Truth Hurts is on the B-side, and also a non-album track called Slow Down Sister. And this has got a cover that folds out into a poster. Yeah. I don't quite see the point of these, because why would you take it out and turn it into a poster, then you haven't got a cover for your record? So let's have a look and see what's on it, because I certainly would never have put this up anywhere. I think it's got that much relevance to Deep Purple on it, to be honest. It's just a picture. As you can see, I better stand up for this. There you go, it's just a picture of a young lady in a Deep Purple negligee type thing, I would guess. And then on the other side, it's got some bits and pieces. All don't seem to fit together very well. If you had that up on the wall, it'd look a bit of a ramshackle mess, if you ask me. But there is a picture of that particular lineup. You can see there at the bottom, and then the Deep Purple logo thing. So yeah, strange one, that. Odd poster. Obviously bought at the time because it had got an extra track on it that wasn't on the album. And that brings us pretty much to the end of the Deep Purple section, apart from this little set of 4 that came out around the time of Nebworth and the anthology. Now, these are a nice idea, these. You got a 12-inch single there with Black Knight, Speed King and Into the Fire. So you got your 3 tracks from 1970, 2 from In Rock and 1 In Rock era single. Then you got the one that sort of goes along with Fireball, because it's got Fireball, Demon's Eye and Anyone's Daughter. 3 tracks on Fireball on that one. You see the picture on the back. Then you got, and this is where it started to get a little bit weird, because this time you've got Strange Kind of Woman, which of course released as a single in 71, plus I'm Alone, which was from 71, which is the B-side of it as well. But then they tagged Highway Star from Machine Head on to this one. But then we go to the 4th one, and now we've got Smoke on the Water, Child in Time, and Woman from Tokyo. There were stickers on here, and if you sent the 4 stickers off each one in an envelope, you got sent back a 7-inch single called Smoke on My Mega Mix, which was absolutely awful. And it was just a mixture of all Deep Purple songs all mashed in together. We'll come to that if we have a look at the singles. But yeah, there you go. So that's all I've got Deep Purple wise on 12-inch single. After Deep Purple, then let's look at Rainbow next. The Rainbow 12 inches that I've got. This one starts them off. Can't Let You Go, with the with Jolene Turner on the vocals, and we've got live versions of All Night Long and Stranded on the back as well. So you know, there's a picture of Joe and Richie. Can't Let You Go. Next up, this one is probably the naffest photo ever of Rainbow. I think they just look a bit daft, don't they, really? Sat there like that, and then the ultra rare thing on the back as well. Richie Blackmore, not only in red trousers, which is obviously borrowed off Ian Gillan because he was wearing them all the time at the time, and a white leather jacket, but also smiling. Goodness me. And Roger without a hat, which you didn't see all that often back in those days. It's Stone Cold, the track, and Rock Fever, the B-side. Both tracks just straight lifts from the album, but they came out before the album, so of course that's why they were purchased, because you were waiting to get your hands on these records at the time, because I've said so many times before, there was no internet and pre-listening and YouTube and all that in those days. All you got was you might get a little bit of a listen to it on a Friday rock show if you were lucky, a week or so before it came out. But if the single was out 3 or 4 weeks before the album, that's when everybody bought the single. The last of the Rainbow ones now is this one. That's Street of Dreams, which I'm pretty sure Richie Blackmore still thinks is his most commercial song he's ever written. I'm sure I read that somewhere. Street of Dreams, and on the B-side is Anybody's There. Again, both of these lifted straight off, bent out of shape. So as you can see, not many Rainbow 12 inches at all. And that then leads us on to Whitesnake next, because there's quite a lot of these tonight. I don't know why Whitesnake must have put out more 12 inches than anybody else. But first of all, still a little bit short, because we've got a 10 inch in amongst it. This is one of umpteen versions of Here I Go Again. This is the USA single remix, a 10 inch collector's edition in white vinyl. And there you go, glorious white vinyl. 10 inch version of Here I Go Again. The wrong version, for those of us that prefer the old version. Give Me All Your Love this time. And on the big side of that, we've got Fall For Your Loving and Don't Break My Heart Again, because I think they're probably trying to put some of the older material on for the new people that were buying it. You know, Vivian Campbell there in the middle, haven't you? But yeah, that's on the 1987 album, just plain black vinyl for that one. But we're going back to white vinyl again for this next one, which is a special 12 inch limited edition white vinyl of The Deeper the Love, with on the back Judgment Day. Both of those tracks were on Slip of the Tongue, weren't they? But there's a non-album track on there as well, Sweet Lady Look, which is on the back. I think that's probably been put out on one of those numerous repackaging jobs that David Coverdale has done over the last few years. It's probably not difficult to get hold of a copy of that, but there you go. That was interesting at the time. They were fond of white vinyl with Whitesnake, and this was white vinyl as well. There you go. And this is This Love, and the B-side has got the Standing in the Shadows and Need Your Love So Bad. There you go. I've totally ruined his hair. Oh, yeah, one of the great sort of haircut that a lot of us tried to copy back in the late 70s, early 80s, and I can quite honestly tell you I never wanted to look like that. I think I'd rather have hair like this than that, but maybe not. Anyway, there you go. Is This Love, another one on white vinyl. Another white vinyl again, or we've got black vinyl this time. I've just got black vinyl this time, but this is Still of the Night. And this is the original 12 inch version of Still of the Night when it came out. And what else is that like? Still of the Night, and it's got the Here I Go Again and the 87 version of that, and a track called You're Gonna Break My Heart Again as well. 3 tracks on there, and it also says a little label on the back here, says it's got some metal stickers in it. Goodness knows where they are. I think they don't appear to be in there. They may be in that in that folder where I keep all the bits and pieces that used to fall out and all that sort of stuff. So there you go, Whitesnake, Still of the Night. The last one is Give Me More Time. We've got Mel Galley and Mickey Moody on this one, of course, as well, with John Lord, Cozy Powell and Colin Hodgkinson, and the original version of Need Your Love So Bad on the Back, which is absolutely fantastic. It's almost in the vein of the North Wind's ballad tracks and stuff. Coverdale still singing at his peak, and as you can see there, this is the reason why I bought this again, because it says A-side taken from the forthcoming album and cassette. Slide it in. B-side only available as a bonus track on cassette. So there you go. So not only did we want to get that because we wanted a sneak preview of Give Me More Time, but we also wanted the B-side as well. There you go. That would be on the old Liberty label, wouldn't it? Yep, there you go. So that's the Whitesnake one, and then there's just one more here which I think should have been in yesterday's pile, but must have got mixed into the wrong pile because it's a Coverdale Page track, and it's Take Me For A Little While and Shake My Tree. Take Me For A Little While, two versions, an acoustic version and a 12-inch version on side A, and then Shake My Tree, and he does it on the second side. And it's a picture disc, and it also says with a free enormous poster. Now, what do they mean by enormous? We all look and see. It's taking that long to do this, so let's have a look and see. The record is in there. This must be the free enormous poster. I might need a run up for this. It certainly feels as though there's quite a few different folds to undo. Goodness me, I might have to go across the street to get far enough away to see this. Oh, there we go. You've got the black and white version there of Mr. Coverdale and Mr. Page. When you're looking at Mr. Page and Mr. Coverdale. And then, if you prefer colour, you've got a full colour version there, and I'm pretty sure we got Mr. Coverdale borrowing one of my shirts. But there you go. That's the enormous poster. I don't want to remember how to fold it back up again. Put it back in here, and I'll probably stay for the 25 years before anybody gets it out again. So there we go. That one really shouldn't have been in the Whitesnake bundle, but it was. There we go. And that leads us on to another one that really shouldn't have been in this pile, but sort of is Rock Aid Armenia, Smoke on the Water. Now, why is this so special? This is because Paul Rodgers is singing Smoke on the Water, but for some reason they let other people join in and sing some of the other verses, which is absolute sacrilege. You don't want to be hearing Paul Rodgers singing and then suddenly have to put up with Bruce Dickinson singing it. I don't anyway. But there you go. And on the B-side, you've just got a copy of a version of Black Sabbath's Paranoid. Bit of a wasted opportunity to put some better tracks on there. But if you've not heard it, I think they did an album. There was an album as well with all sorts of other stuff on. But yeah, it's fascinating to hear Paul Rodgers singing the first verse or so of Smoke on the Water, and wonder what would have happened if he joined in 1973. Dave Gilmour is on this as well. There's all sorts of people on there. I'll put it up there. In fact, it says the names of the artists who are on it. It's far too small for me to read, so I'm going to put it up there. And if you want to have a look at it and freeze frame it, you can. There you go. So what have we got left then now? We've done Rainbow, we've done Whitesnake, we've done Deep Purple, and we've done a couple that shouldn't have been in there, and that's going to leave us with the Gillan type things. Now, I say Gillan type things because the first one that we've got is Gillan and Glover together. The first two we've got are Gillan and Glover together. They did an album together, which was called Accidentally on Purpose, I do believe, and this has got a few tracks on it that weren't on it. That album, incidentally, has been remastered and repackaged now on canary yellow vinyl. I've got a copy of it somewhere, and all of the bonus tracks have been added onto it onto side 2, but they've not been put on the cover. So if you see that around and you're thinking, well, I've already got the album, I don't know if I need to buy that, you do, because all of the B-sides and stuff that we're going to talk about on these two 12 inches and some other stuff as well are all on side 2, but they're not actually listed on the cover as being on. So it's a bit bizarre that. Anyway, we've got this one then, we've got Dislocated, and we've got Chet, and we've got Purple People Eater. Now, the interesting thing about this is when this came out, I was living in the Greenbelt part of Rugby, and I was working in the town centre. And my partner at the time, she was working in the town centre, so we used to drive to work together. Now, the car was being, I don't know, MOT'd or something, whatever, and there was a lady who worked with my partner, and she lived around the corner, so she gave us a lift to work. And she had the radio on in the car. And this came on, this Dislocated on Radio 1, and I thought, I'm sound like Ian Gillan, that. But it didn't say who it was, on what they'd said before we started listening to it. And, of course, like I said before, no internet and stuff in those days, I scouring through the music papers and find out what's going on. And yeah, this was it, so that's how we found out. So I first heard this in some lady's car, whose name I can't remember, on the way to work, around the time it was about to come out. So what's he got on it? It's got Dislocated, which was the single, and then the 2 tracks on the B-side, Chet and Purple People Eater, which I'm sure you all know. The second of the 12 inches from that album, She Took My Breath Away. This one's got She Took My Breath Away on it. There's a cover on the front, not sure who they are. Models, I presume. And then on the B-side, you've got Cayman Island as well. So, there you go, 2 tracks from Gillan and Glover. This one is an interesting one. This came out around the time of Naked Thunder, Ian Gillan's solo album, and you can see this. Here's the cover. It's in clear vinyl. See there, but it's almost sort of like a promo marketing type thing. It's got a thing on the back there, so the Ian Gillan timeline and all that sort of stuff. It's in 1990 for the Naked Thunder tour, and if we just take that out, it shows you on here what's going to be on the album and how much it's going to cost and all sorts of stuff. So Naked Thunder was released on the 16th of July 1990 on Teldec East West. The album and cassette will be £4.49 new pence, and the CD will be £6.99. Goodness me, wouldn't it be good to go back to those sort of prices now? And it's got the track listing there. It's got album background produced by Leaf Masses, Ian Gillan's first ever solo album, which I suppose, thinking about it, it probably was. Marketing, advertising in the rock press, full page, full colour advert in Monsters of Rock Castle Donington programme, point of sale display material, fly posting, 4-track samplers to be sent out prior to the album release for radio DJs, press and rock club. Presumably that's what this is. The first single, No Good Luck, released on the 20th of August. Selling points, it's the first solo album by Ian Gillan, one of the greatest ever vocalists. Ian Gillan has sang on some of rock's biggest selling songs, with Deep Purple, including Black Night and Smoke on the Water. Naked Thunder is produced by Leaf Masses. All sorts of stuff. UK tour will start on August the 28th. The album will be launched with extensive music press advertising and all sorts of stuff. 4-track samplers and promotional by the album in rock clubs. So there you go. And what is actually on it? Have a look back on the thing. We got Gut Reaction and No Good Luck on the first side, and Talking to You and Moonshine on the second. So that's a little bit of an interesting thing there from Ian Gillan. Final one, let me say the best till last actually. This is another sampler. It's a 4-track sampler from the Mr. Universe album. You see it's got a nice little gold stamp there saying it's promotional copy not for sale. 4 selected tracks from the new Mr. Universe album. There was some discussion at some point as to whether these are actually different mixes to what actually came out of the album. I don't think they are. I think they're the same. But it's on Acrobat, of course, which didn't last very long and went bust, and that's why they didn't make any money for a while out of this and all that sort of stuff. And then they quickly got on to Virgin for the next album. But if you go back through the archive, I did a full episode on Mr. Universe some time ago. So there you go. So that's it. So as I said, even my sort of Purple related 12-inch singles are not that special. So everybody says to me, "Oh, you've got a great record collection." Not in the singles market, I haven't. But anyway, as they all came out the back of the wardrobe to go into their new slot this week and a big tidying up process, well, I'd let you have a look at them. Might be one or two things over the 3 episodes that you've found interesting, and I'll see you again at the next point of interest. Until then, stay safe and I'll see you again soon.
We hope you enjoyed this series looking at our 12-inch singles. Thanks to all who have liked and subscribed already. If you haven't, please consider doing so, as it will help the channel to grow. See you soon.